Hello, Flosstube. Time for another Flosstube video. This is Flosstube number 41. If you are new to my channel, welcome. You will find on my channel both cross-stitch videos and card making videos. So if it says Flosstube, it's my cross-stitch. If it says Facebook Live or something else, then it's my card making. But today is Flosstube, so it's cross-stitch. So I will tell you everything I've worked on in the last couple of weeks, talk a little bit about plans, and then show you my haul from market. So we will get started. The first one I'm going to show you is Psyche's Butterflies. This is Heaven and Earth, and it's a quick stitch, although it's really not quick, but it just means it's a smaller piece of a bigger pattern. And so this is one I hadn't worked on in years, and I picked it back up to try and get it finished this year. We'll see. So here is where I am now. And what I worked on is all of this right here and over here. So I'm doing Royal Rose on this one. I found I really like that style of stitching. All right, and I did 420 stitches on that one. And I'm not sure, this is on an even weave, just a white even weave. It was before I knew about the gridded ones. And going back to that one, I really miss the grid lines. All right, and the next one is Woodland Friends. This is a little Dove Designs pattern. That's what it will look like when it's all finished. I'm doing this, sorry for the glare. There we go, that's a little better. I'm doing this as a birth sampler for my new grandson that will be born sometime next week. And so I'm going to take out this flower and maybe those little mushrooms so I can put his name and birth date in there. So I did 873 stitches on this. I decided I needed to get busy on it since he's going to be here next week. And I'll put a picture in of what it looked like last time. And this is where I am now. So in one of my Facebook groups, I had to stitch on green. And I thought, I don't have any green projects. But then I realized that this whole border is green. So I worked on the border some last night after I finished the house, just so I could participate in that event with some green stitching. I am trying to put these back in their bags so I don't have quite as big a mess when I'm done. But I have undone all the zippers, so hopefully it won't be too noisy for you. I think I said I did 873 stitches on that one. The next one is Riverwalk Charm, and I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like when it's done and where it was last time. This one I only did 250 stitches on. I would not have normally brought this one out to work on this month, but I'm doing some prompts for a group I'm in where you're trying to do the owls. I don't remember what they're called, but it's in the Harry Potter group. So here is where I am now. And this one, I started out stitching willy-nilly, and then I changed it to a diagonal, and now I'm changing it to Royal Rose. And yeah, I told you, I think I only did 250 stitches. And this is a 28 count, easy count. I really like having those grid lines. Okay. Next is Wherefore Art Thou? And I'll have to put a picture in of what it will look like and where I was last time. This was a mystery. When I got it, it was a mystery. I don't know if it's still available. So I didn't know what it was going to be like, but it's by Mirabilia, and she's one of my favorite, if not my favorite designers. So I knew I would like it, whatever it was. So here's where I am now. Sorry, there's one. I stopped in the middle of a thread. So here's the whole thing. There might be just a little bit out there, but excuse me. So I've been using this as several prompts for the owls, whatever they're called, those prompts that we have to do. All right, and then Aquamarine was one. So if you're new here, the way I have my my stitching planned out is I work on seasonal. I have seasonal Sunday, and I'll show you that in a minute, what I'm working on for that. I have mirror Monday, and so each month I work on a different mirror. So this month it is Wherefore Art Thou? And I have full coverage Friday, and the same thing. Each month I pick out a new full coverage and work on that. And this month it's that Psyche's Butterflies I showed you at the beginning. But I've pulled in a couple of extras just to get all these prompts for those owls that I'm trying to get done. But this was one of them, and then the rest of the time I work on whatever I want, or I spin a wheel for just my other projects. I'm in Whip Warriors, so I only can have 23 projects on the go. Sorry about that. It's never done that before. I decided to just fall completely over. All right, well, that'll be fun. Okay, so I can only have 23 projects on the go at one time. And so if I want to start something new, I have to finish something before I can start something. But it's getting me to make some good progress on the whips I have. This next one is Aquamarine, so it was one of the miscellaneous ones that I worked on. All right, we'll try this again. It fell over again. So hopefully I can edit that out and you won't have to see it falling over. All right, so what I was getting ready to show you was Aquamarine by Carolyn Manning. I just love the colors in this. It'll be fun when I can really see like this big pattern in the middle. I'm just up in the corner. I only did 422 stitches on this one this month. And this is on 32 Count Artichoke by Witchelt. So that one will go away until it gets spun again for miscellaneous. All right. And then the Grand Library. So I will put a picture in of what it's going to look like when it's done, and also where it was last time. This is one that I normally wouldn't have worked on this month, but again, I was trying to fulfill some of those prompts. And if you know this pattern, this has a lot of different things in it. So I used it for futuristic, and I used it for something with a moon. And what else did I use it for? I thought there was 3, maybe there's just 2. No, I guess there was just 2. But anyway. So this is where I am now. This is on 28 count Easy Guide. And so I'm working across doing Royal Rose. And then I saw that somebody had started parking their threads like this, and it's so much neater. So I started doing that too. And this one, I did 441 stitches on it in these last 2 weeks. And so it will go away until it gets spun to work on again as my full coverage project. And then my seasonal Sunday I'm working on for spring is Spring Quakers by Rosewood Manor. I'll show you what that's going to look like. And I'm doing it on the called for fabric with the Valdani threads. So let's see what the called for fabric is. It is 28 count Valor by Picture This Plus. No, yes. I thought it was Picture This Plus. Oh, but you might want to see what it looks like. So I was working on this big motif. So I got a lot of that done while we were watching the Oscars Sunday night. All right, and then the last whip to show you, I can get this back. It's in a little bit smaller bag, so it's harder to get back in there. Is the one that I work on at lunch when I'm at work. So I just work on it 30 minutes a day. And this is Big City Christmas. Trying to find the right one to show you what it's going to look like. There it is. And I just picked up another one of these today at the store. This first one is the department store. And I don't know how many stitches I've done on this because it's something I work on at lunch and I don't count stitches. But this is where I am. I'm almost done with this one. I just have some more snowflakes to do up here. And I haven't decided if I'll do the back stitching now or if I'll wait until I get them all done. I'm doing them all on the same long piece of fabric. And this is 32 count Country French Cafe Mocha by Witchelt. But I may wait and do the back stitching when I'm done. There's not a lot of it. And that way I don't have to worry about it getting, you know, kind of loose from putting my Q-snap over it. Whoops. All right, so then plans. I'll still work on the Psyche's butterflies for my full coverage, and I will work on Wherefore Art Thou for my Mira and the Spring Quakers for the seasonal. And then I did spin the wheel. Actually, it was supposed to be for this week, but because I was trying to get that sampler done, I didn't work on it at all this week. So the next time I need something random to pull out, I will work on plum pudding. So let me show you what it's going to look like when it's finished. It's just beautiful, and I think I have all of these amazing desserts. They're from several years ago. Let's see if I can see, 2012. And I probably started this one around that time. But it's getting close. So this is where it will start. So here's the whole thing. And I just have this corner up here left to stitch. And then add the rest of the beads. I've already done some of the beads. I've already told you about that. If you've been here before, I had to do that for prompt. So I've done some of the beads in here. But I'll have to add the rest of them to the rest of it. So I've got maybe a quarter of the beads done. So that'll take some time too. But I would like to get this one finished this year. All right, that is all my whips and my plans. So now let's show you. Oh, so I got all my market stuff that I picked up last week. I did not take them out of their bags. Excuse me. Because it was just too much. So I'll try and show them to you so they're not don't have too much of a glare. The first one is Heartstring Samplery Sting. So this is Sting Like a Bee. And then the one that goes with it is Plum Street, Float Like a Butterfly. So actually it's the other way, Float Like a Butterfly. That one's really being bad. Doesn't help that it's a sunny day out there, so the window is also reflecting. And Sting Like a Bee. So those are fun. And then I picked up the new Heart and Hand Tiny Town. This is a honey of a tiny town. So bee themed. The only one I've stitched is the big hearted, the Valentine one. Erica Michaels Heirloom Tomato. I just love this tomato and the pattern in it. Erica Michaels, The Beach is Calling. Isn't that fun? She had a reindeer one, I think, like this, with the words like that, kind of like in a crossword shape. Well, I guess it is a crossword. I don't remember if she had another one or not. I know she had a reindeer one because I got that one. This is Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery Summer Garden at Cranberry Manor. I love the colors in this. It uses overdyed, so some classic color work, some weeks, and some gentle art. So that'll be pretty. And another Pansy Patch. This is Betsy's Spring Basket. And I'll have to go back and look and see if I have all the rest of them. So this is chart 4 of 4, and I know I have some, but I'll have to see if I have them all. That's pretty. And then a bunch of hand-on design. This is the last of her pillows. So this is the Spring Basket, her triple play pillows. And I watched her Flosstube where she was showing these, and they're pretty big. They're probably, I don't know, 6 inches by 6 inches maybe. They're pretty big. So they may not fit in my dough bowl, but they could go in something beside it when I get them done. And then she had a couple of more of the plaid ones. This is Hoppy Easter. And I did buy this thing to display them on. It's from Chantel 141, I believe. But I haven't done anything with it. I have to stain it or paint it or something. But I haven't figured out what I want to do with that yet. 4th of July. And then I got the 3 in her Polar Plunge. So Polar Bear Peak. And Whale Hello there. Really cute. And Wally the Walrus. And there's going to be 3 more. 2 more that will be sold as charts like this. And then the last one is going to be a fundraiser. I don't remember if it was for Special Olympics. I can't remember what the fundraiser was for, but it'll be on her website. And then Shannon Christine Easter Bunny. I just love the colors in this. And it's a good thing I'm in that Whip Warriors because I want to start a bunch of these right now. Excuse me. This is Heart and Hand Floral Etchings. And Autumn Lane Stitchery Let It Grow. I thought that was so cute coming out of that boot. And then Plum Street Tortoise Tower. So this is the latest in her stack. Her plastic is really reflective, isn't it? And then I did go ahead and pick up some fabric for it. Picture this plus 32 count bramble. It's kind of a grayish, I don't know, almost has a little bit of a green, but I think it'll look good with this. So this is one that I will do for my niece. I do a cross-stitch picture for my nieces when they graduate from college, and she's graduating this spring, so I've got to get busy. So I have 1 slot left that I can put a new start in, which may have to be that. And then this was a market exclusive, so only the shops that went to market can get it for a while, I believe. But it's This I Know, another Plum Street. So that I would like to do someday and put up in the room that we're kind of setting aside for the grandkids. And then this one is another hands-on design, Between Friends, a spring sampling. And she shows you a lot of what's in here in her Flosstube about market before she went to market. So she's going to have one. So this is Summer House Stitchworks and Hands-On Design together that are designing these. Let me show you this back. And they're going to have one for each season. And then I picked up a couple that were just in a series that I've been getting. So like I said, the latest in the Big City Christmas is Street Scene. And then the latest in the Snowman Collector is the Postman. I think that one's so cute with that big bicycle. Although I don't know that I've ever seen a snowman with legs. And then I picked up the fabric for it. I'm doing them all in the same 32 count chocolate milk by Hand Dyed by Stephanie. So I just pick up, they've got some of it set aside for me, and I just pick that up every time I get a new one of the charts. All right, I think that's it. Hopefully I can get this edited together so you won't see so much of the phone falling over. If not, sorry. I'm not a very skilled editor, but I should probably be 3 weeks before I'm back. In 2 weeks, my son's coming to visit, so I probably will not get a chance to film then. And then next week, our grandson's going to be here, so it's exciting. All right, well, I will see you next time. Happy stitching.